I hope Alex Thompson does a great book with Jake Tapper. But my question is, how come we have to wait for a book to come out on this? Why isn't some of the White House press corps or the media press corps doing a job now of going after these stories? There's got to be something out there, and I haven't seen any attempt to get it. With one rare exception, Annie Linsky and some of her colleagues at the Wall Street Journal have gotten close to it, but they've not really come up with anything telling to me.
You're talking about the current administration?
I'm talking about
Biden administration.
I'm talking about the Biden
administration. So I'll go first. First of all, as the less evil reasons, although they're bad, news organizations don't have the staffs they used to, right? They don't have the capacity to do deep dive analytic pieces. And I have to say, the Journal, under their new editor, at the end of the Biden administration and currently, is doing as good a job, I'd say better job, than any paper in the country doing deep dive enterprise investigative pieces to hold powerful interests accountable. But they're an exception. Second is the Biden administration, as we've talked about on this platform before, engaged in thuggish, systematic intimidation of reporters, threatening to cut off their access if they wrote the truth about Hunter Biden or about Joe Biden, and they allowed themselves to be intimidated. That's not attractive, but that's part of the reason. Another reason is they wanted to help Donald Trump lose. Right. And I'll tell you, one more reason, and I know this is someone who's written books about campaigns. There's some reporting you can't get in real time because sources won't talk to you in real time. They'll talk to you embargoed, or they'll talk to you after the fact. And that's just a reality. If I could have reported during the campaign certain things, I would have, but that's not the basis on which some sources want to talk for campaign books. Michael.
I just have something to add. So I was in New Hampshire, 2019, Biden's first appearance during the 2020 race in New Hampshire. And I walked away with a bunch of reporters who I kind of know, whatever. And my whole takeaway was, oh my God, he's so old. That was my lead. In fact, I started questioning my lead because everyone around me was like, oh, no. So I went back and I read the piece a few months ago, and I downplayed the old, but it was in there that this is an issue. And I think the thing you hit on about Trump is the key one. It was not, I'm going to hide it, or it's a secrecy, everything. It was, we've got to help Trump. And so you can't be mean. That was the whole message. Don't be mean to this guy, particularly in a state where they know Bernie Sanders tends to win. And remember, Biden came in 5th in New Hampshire. New Hampshire's trying to warn everybody, don't look at this guy. And so they did not want to feed anything other than Biden's the moderate who can win. So that was my
And I think the issue now is that and I've talked to a few Democrats about this. They don't see an upside, members of Congress, governors, former elected officials, of relitigating and picking at this scab. Right. Everybody, I knew elected officials who had told me stories in 2021 and 2022 of meetings and phone calls, like last week, so to speak, with Joe Biden, where they experienced an oh my God moment. Like, he forgot what he was saying. He just kind of lost it, shut down in meetings. I heard it as a lobbyist, but it was always like, hey, don't repeat this in public. And now it's like, why do I want to go back and kick the old man when everybody knows it? But I think the problem is the public is going to demand that if you're going to lead us, we need to trust that, and you're just going to have to say, I made a mistake. I think.
Sean.
Yeah, look, I don't want to belabor it. I think you can both make some excellent points. But I think the bottom line is, what is disgusting to me more than anything is watching these guys now profit from this. They were part of the problem. And I mean, I get it, some sources, but it wasn't just the attitude. I mean, for someone like Jake, who literally dismissed people on air for bringing up cognitive and physical issues, to me, to turn around and act like you are now the guidepost of all of this, and you're going to make a ton of money off of it, is ridiculous. For what it's worth, by the way, I had Amy and John on. I'm intrigued. As a political book junkie, I actually thought they did a good job. I agree that, and I asked them this on my show, why didn't you guys write this in real time? And they gave versions of answers that we have just delineated. But anyway, I sort of find it funny that these same people now want to make money off of this. Who've never had a problem of reporting in real time some specious stuff about Donald Trump. Anyway, it's just another.
We'll see if they make money. We'll see.
I think they probably got a decent advance.
They did get a big advance. They got a very big advance. But let's see if they make any more money. Hey, want to be part of the two-way community all the time? Hit the subscribe button. Great video clips like this, plus conversations like no other, full episodes and more, always available on this channel. You got to hit subscribe to never miss a thing.